R. Kelly over here.
Yeah, Aaron's touching minors. And
no, he's not.
Needs to...
Hey, here's a joke I heard today.
Ones
Real
with
quick.
the masks.
Hey, Aaron, this joke is free. I heard it today. What's R. Kelly's favorite basketball team?
The Pistons.
Yes, there you go. You got it.
The Pistons. From Detroit. Get it? But we're here, people. From the galaxy far, far away,
God.
talking about Star Wars and Star Trek.
I'm back again.
The Undiscovered Country versus A New Hope.
Yep.
Holy lightsabers, Batman.
And Mick is here.
He is.
I love you, buddy.
Aw.
Now pick out which one I was talking to.
It's not Aaron.
Well, it's
Not
definitely
Aaron.
Aaron.
It's
always
Aaron.
Aaron. Always
It's
Aaron.
whiteout on this episode.
It's
It is.
always changed.
It's rough. You see what happens, man? You get brown co-hosts and they just leave you all by yourself. We had two. We have
So wait, you had a black co-host and he was like, "Hey, have you met Brad?" And then he just walked away from you.
No, it was more so of we had.
Are you in the skull?
And as a matter of fact, our past. Well, Chris is still a co-host. You know, he's taking care. He's doing Puerto Rican things, ICE, immigration. You know how that goes, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
A lot of paperwork. He's waiting for it to get stamp of approval.
Yep, we're working on that. The popcorn and pine stamp.
You got to get it notarized. That's
Yeah.
We're trying to work on that. But we don't have a translator either. Working on that too.
That's true.
It's tough. But
when you're
what the fuck was I talking about?
I almost said transporter.
It works for
everybody leaving. Everybody leaving except us white folks.
When your interpreter is the one that's being threatened with immigration, that's a
tough.
problem. Yeah,
It
makes things hard.
It's tough. Then we just make stuff up.
Yeah.
Donde
está el baño?
Yeah. Upper decker. What does that mean?
El upper decker.
Check out the Patreon. You'll figure out what that means. But anyway, people, we're here to talk about some Star Wars and Star Trek. And these are some fun ones. This was actually, for me, this was actually the best side by side of these two films. With this episode right here, with the 6th episode of this, review. These were the best side by side movies we've watched.
Like they match up. Like the levels.
I'll say as far as like rating per movie. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be like, for example, I'm not going to tell you my ratings right now, but when we get to it, but it's not going to be like a high rating and a low rating. It's going to be like, they're going to be up there.
Okay.
I know. I can see what you're saying. These movies gave me a similar kind of feel watching them together. Yep. They felt the most similar together than the previous.
That too.
Versions, I think.
And honestly, I think that's kind of awesome considering it took Star Trek. I think this is the most well-rounded of the original Star Trek movies.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's most because like Wrath of Khan's the best of them, but like this feels rounded out. Like it was like
it's you know how I was saying the other ones feel like I was watching episodes.
Mm-hmm.
This one actually feels like it was actually a movie.
Your sound changed, James, on your mic. I don't know what happened.
James has problems.
Hold on. What happened? You don't hear me?
No, you're like when you as you were talking, it sounded like your sound. We heard what you were saying, but it sounded like your sound got lower. I don't know if your mic changed or what.
All that anal meth.
You hear me now?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that one.
Hashtag anal meth.
Oh my god.
Anyways, what I was saying, this movie actually felt like it was actually the first start, like an actual movie. So.
Watching Mick laugh and it's cracking me up.
Oh yeah,
I know.
I agree with that. This one for the Star Trek, it actually did. I'll say even with. I guess Wrath of Khan kind of felt like episode-y too, but in a really good way.
It was awesome. No, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this one it was amazing.
This one felt more like a more cohesive story throughout an entire movie than the other ones. Wrath of Khan was I think the best. that didn't necessarily feel like a movie.
Yeah.
This one, I just assume we're going to talk Star Trek first now.
I guess so.
I mean, this was kind of a little just like a whodunit espionage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that aspect.
Thriller, mystery movie.
Yeah.
They get framed. I love that.
Yeah.
Thrown in jail. And that's Michael Dorn, who plays Worf in TNG.
Yeah, I seen that. I said, oh shit, it's Worf.
But no, it's not. He's not Worf in that. He's actually a descendant of Worf, or an ancestor rather.
So, anyways, real quick. So we're watching until a certain point. A scene happened. It was after the guy got assassinated. There was a scene that it went away. I was like, motherfucker, I did it again. My wife goes, what? I use my powers. She knows what it means, the inside thing. She goes, don't tell me. She goes, text it, send it to me, and I'll read it after. I guessed, I knew how the whole thing went down. I figured it out.
Nice.
And I was like, motherfucker. I was like, I know it. And I'm going through it. I was like, I know it's going down this way.
What? Who betrayed the colonel?
Who did it?
General?
And the two people who went in.
It's. I mean, it's not necessarily hard to figure out.
No, I knew it was the chick. I just didn't trust her in the beginning. I was like, there's something about it. I don't know if it was her haircut or what, but
it's her haircut.
Well,
there was something about because she was like too.
It's also a random new character they introduced out of
true.
That hasn't
been
been.
Everybody's Vulcan though. That's how they act.
What this because the guy who directed the Wrath of Khan wrote and directed this too.
Okay,
nice.
So like that's why I feel like this feels the most similar to Wrath of Khan. Like everything else just kind of felt like it was an episode. Those two feel like two very solid movies that to me go up against A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back in a big way. But with this one, I love everything that Chris was saying about it. Like this is why I love it. I just think it's so well-rounded, put together. You get a really good, cool look at Starfleet finally, and all these different things.
You see a lot of different aliens when they go into the prison.
Mm-hmm.
All different styles, like that shift changer chick alien.
I mean,
started making out with her.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
Oh yeah, the shapeshifter.
Mm-hmm.
And Kirk trying to battle his own prejudice because the Klingons killed his son.
Oh, basically, that's what this is about too. There's a lot of prejudice in this. It was about prejudice.
Yeah.
And not real. Even when he's talking to, I think it was Bones about not realizing, or no, he was talking to Spock about not realizing how prejudiced he was until the Klingon general or Chancellor or whatever his title was, died in his arms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This had the best story to me overall, the deepest story.
By far, I would say it was the most serious. It was the most. You can connect with it more. You understood it more, and you just enjoyed it for the story that it was, with all the other stuff going around with it, of course, to kind of make you interested in pulling you in. And I was like, this shit was good. And I'm like, finally, we're getting like a good cohesive story. And I know we didn't get to Star Wars yet, but we're getting two.
It's not fucking trying to time travel with whales, so it was already a win.
But also, even like Wrath of Khan, even comparing to that, like I agree 100%. Like this is the best story out of all of them, because even with Wrath of Khan, it doesn't do well. Space Seed doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So at least this, it's like a contained movie that just really, I think it just fills itself really well.
Yeah.
Everybody's at their best form in this.
I think so too. Which I gotta say this. I know I told Mick this the other day, and I guess it's not as big of a thing as I thought it was, but I don't like Captain Kirk at all. I can't fucking stand him. I wish
Really?
I do not like him. I won't say he gets on my nerves and annoys me. I just don't like him.
I had ups and downs with him. It depended on the movie.
Yeah.
It just has an ego. It's just, I don't know. It's
you kind of get it if you watch the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
watching the movies, he's just arrogant.
Like
Yeah,
that's
but
why
that's
I
what
said
they-
that's why he needs Spock and Bones with him
Yep.
because
Those
they mellow him out.
I didn't hate Bones as much in this one, so that was a win for me too.
That's good.
Like he really got on my fucking nerves and.
Oh, this
Final
one he's
Frontier,
not
man.
yelling at him and calling him an idiot. And all
Yeah,
that.
I was getting real sick of him.
Oh yeah, you made it clear last episode.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
he was
man,
getting on my
you
nerves.
see that?
But but now Zulu's a captain of the Excelsior in this one.
Yeah.
Captain Zulu,
I loved it.
Yep.
which I enjoyed seeing.
That was actually a very cool callback to that, and it's very sudden. And not to give too much away, but the third season of Picard called back a lot of things to all past Trek.
They did 3 seasons of Picard. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the final season is probably one of the best seasons of television I've ever seen, let alone and probably the best season of Star Trek.
Wow.
They tie so much into the future, they tie so much up in the past. And one cool nod they do is at one point, Starfleet is taking over and the ships are attacking other ships within the Starfleet. And the USS Sulu blows up the USS Excelsior.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow. They named a ship after him? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, and actually, Chekhov's son is the president. And it is Walter Koenig who plays him.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool.
Holy shit. You said it's all from Picard? What you were just saying?
Picard season 3, which I would say for anybody who is a fan of TNG should definitely watch.
Okay.
Okay. When they were going through so Kirk gets sent with his crew to be an envoy to the Klingon ambassador, whatever you want to call him. I don't remember what they were called, chancellor or whatever they were calling him, to bring him back through the neutral zone to Starfleet so they can have their big peace thing like that after the Klingons were going to blow themselves out of existence. And that's the premise of this. But when they go to meet him, and then when they turn off the gravity and start shooting all the Klingons, just the blood droplets through the air and stuff.
Around, the purple
I'm like,
blood.
this is, I'm not sure how to feel about this.
It was. I liked it. I was like, I wasn't expecting it. And then
this one, I think, there wasn't anything like this in the previous 5 movies where that shows that kind of violence.
The closest I would say is Wrath of Khan.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, going back.
I would probably attribute it to the guy, to Nicholas Meyer, who wrote it and directed both of them. That's probably him adding those elements, because there's a lot more mature elements in these than there are in the 3 in between.
Yeah.
I guess it's another reason why this is, in my opinion, I'll say the second best one out of the 6 so far.
Yeah.
Just because Wrath of Khan was just still on another level. Even though this may have been a better overall movie, I still enjoyed and had not way more fun, but I had more fun with Wrath of Khan. But this was a fucking great ride in itself.
Winter Planet and the underground prison. I enjoyed everything that happened in these scenes with Kirk and Bones.
Yeah.
Kirk getting in the fist fight with the alien. His genitals are his knee.
His kneecap. You know what that remind me? When Skyrim came out, where you get shoot an arrow in the guy's knee and they die.
Holy shit!
It reminded me of that glitch. But his genitals is his nut.
And the shapeshifter's like, not everyone's genitals are between their legs or something like that. I don't remember what she said.
It's got that same vibe as, what was it, Men in Black 2 or 3, when he's like, he's a Balchinian, and he punches him. Oh, he pulls down his thing. He's got balls on his chin.
Yeah.
Oh, classic Balchinian.
Yeah.
Balchinian. It's like a commercial right there. Doing a little jingle.
Jesus.
Balchinian.
Yeah, I love this movie, but Here's okay. So, as a guy who has been invited on and such a big fan of both these franchises, I this is one of my favorites in the series. Absolutely, and I do urge people to watch it just as a movie. But we're going up against a New Hope.
I know that's what's hard. I know. I was saying the same thing.
If I was only, I would be a lot more energetic if I was only reviewing this. But I realize what's coming down.
Yeah, the
thing is because the New Hope is also you see it when you're younger. It's like a nostalgic thing too, hooked to it.
I mean, you can say if you've seen this movie
though
when you were younger too, though. I guess.
Man, I don't know. It's hard.
But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
this Star Trek movie came out in 91. A New Hope was what 80? Was that even in the 80s?
77. So yeah, 14 years.
Okay.
Jeez. Oh, shit. Fucking 77. We'll get.
Oh, what about when they're escaping the prison? The shapeshifter has tricked them into following them out so she can get the bounty for killing them or whatever it is, and then she shapeshifts into Kirk. I enjoyed the Kirk on Kirk violence.
That was funny. That was fun.
That was a great scene.
That was. They did a good job, and it was like a good level of like comedy too.
Yeah.
To it, like they didn't overdo that. I felt like they overdid that in a couple of the other ones.
And I like how they're so hardcore, stuck together team. Even Zulu helped them out. He's like telling the people like, "Oh, we don't know where they are. Tell them we help. We can't find them." And they all stick together, like they're lying for like sticking up for each other, not following the rules. You're going against protocol and everything. You're all becoming fucking.
But it's one of those things where you're like, I feel like in those situations where it's like you have to do the right thing at all costs, and sometimes you got to fucking say fuck protocol because protocol is wrong.
I get that, but I think they learned that from Kirk though, because there's a lot of people.
Yeah. I'll say with Kirk and Spock,
risk their job. Like that's what happens. Like if Admiral, you get depromoted. Demoted. They take you away, or fired, or they kick you out. You know what I'm saying? You lose your whole career.
But I feel like that demotion was also a promotion in a sense, and I say this because it's like you really need to be with this team because like when shit goes down, you have the balls to just go and do it.
That's what Kirk preferred. He didn't like being an admiral to begin with.
I know that. That's why I said it was more of a promotion for him because it's like what he's best at, and they know it. They're like, we know we're gonna have to fucking.
Well, no, but they also know that he will constantly cause trouble to get busted down. He's like Maverick in Top Gun. He never wants to leave that bridge.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of funny, and it plays into the next movie and like what happens to Kirk at that time. What is his ultimate demise? So you get to see that and how it kind of plays out. So it's interesting. But yeah, he never wanted to be. Every time they bumped him up, he tried hard to get bumped back down.
That's basically like when parents force their kids in those advanced classes, and they're just like, you know what, man.
I
wouldn't know.
Me neither. I don't know from experience. I know from just seeing motherfuckers that I know were too stupid to even be up there. They're just like, now I'm gonna show my parents how I really.
So is there a Kirk story in Generations? That's the next Star Trek movie, right?
Yes, that's his final. That's Captain Kirk's final.
Ooh. All right. I didn't know he was in the next one. I thought that Picard just took over.
Well, I shouldn't say that's his final. We do see him in Strange New Worlds played by a different actor, and we see him as Chris Pine playing him, but like William Shatner playing the role. That was it.
Okay.
Shows and movies.
Yep. He never went on to do it again. Wow. Not from maybe in video games and stuff, but not on
not on the screen.
Yeah.
He made a very popular horror mask.
One of the scenes that was more intense than I was anticipating, even though when it was happening, was Spock. Once they figure out the young female Vulcan is the assassin and everything like that, Spock going to mind meld with her to get the answers. I'm like, this is getting fucking intense. Like when
Yeah.
you could tell Spock is trying to go deep
Yeah.
to figure out where the peace conference is going to be. I'm like, this is going to cause harm to Spock. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You think she would have known how this works? Just give up and say it. You're gonna let this motherfucker go and go through.
But I thought Spock was going to come away from that changed because of what he just did to one of his kind.
Nah, I think at this time Spock is realizing. Yeah,
that's a hard thing, though. They did, and Spock's story does go on a lot. Like it's a deep story, and actually, in the TV shows, his story goes on quite deeply. But he's going to come back into the movie fold again, in a big way. Like he's a big part of it. So I'll save it for when you get there. But him doing something like that's probably something that probably drove him out of Starfleet. I would have to look at it, but like, because I know something, made him leave, but I'd have to see.
I won't be surprised if that was the turning point.
Yeah.
Because that scene was really well done.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's dive into these ratings before we hop on over to our next
yeah,
flick.
that's right. I really like this one. I'm going to give it an 8.
Ooh. Chris.
I'm on it. I'm with James. 8. It is by far my second in the Star Trek, these original Star Trek series.
I give it an 8. Yeah, I'm right there with it.
Shit. Oops, we did it again. I'm giving this shit an 8 too. This is my second favorite movie in this franchise so far.
Look at that. Aces give 8s. Uh-oh.
Let's see what the fuck happens next. Let's see what the fuck happens next. But I can continue. Let's continue with this. If you guys have anything else to say about this film, or we can hop on to A New Hope.
I just one last thing on this one. I don't know how they felt going into this movie. They clearly knew this was going to be the last one they were doing because there's all kinds of references to it being their last ride and stuff like that when it comes to the cast.
Mm-hmm.
And we're taking that into account as one of the reasons I enjoyed it as much because it was a fucking good movie. They're talking about it being the last time, and it worked. It's not like they're talking about it being the last time just because, and then it's a shitty story or anything like that.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I'm talking about it, it closes out with them defying Starfleet to come in for decommissioning and Kirk being like, go to the start of the left and then just keep on fucking going or whatever the line was. I'm like, it was a great fucking way to end it.
Yeah, and the really cool part about like what was going on Star Trek on TV, which like is driving this, like it had to be their last because the fans for like at 4 years at that point were screaming for a TNG movie. They're like, okay, we're done with TOS. Thank you. We want TNG. We want to see Picard up there. So they knew like they were nowhere, with DS9 coming out. So like they knew there was no way that they had to keep it going because like I said, in this next one, it's very much a sort of handing off of the baton.
Okay.
And see, I like that because it's like when they know, like, listen, we can get 1, maybe 2 more out of this. Let's close out with the team with this one, and then we'll kind of, like you said, pass the baton with this one. Just because we can definitely do that and still keep the fans and make the fans even happier with this one. But let's do it and let's do it right. I love that versus let's squeeze these motherfuckers for some more money. Let's make like 3 more movies.
I just think they knew it was time to finally end it, and they did it better than I think we could have hoped for.
Yeah,
fair, very fair.
If you're talking about the 6th movie in any franchise, you're like, fuck, again.
Yeah,
you not even the 6th, shit, the 3rd.
Yeah,
yeah, 4th. But yeah, 6. It's like fuck. What the fuck is this shit?
I had to be 6. Like the studio had to go to like Roddenberry and be like, or no, Roddenberry probably was.
He was dead.
He was dead at this point. Probably had to go to Berman and be like, we cannot, like if they were directing, if Nimoy and Shatner directed the 5th one, so Nimoy is 3 and 4. It had to get to a point where they're like, we need to end this, and we need it. And you need to cut it out with them directing, sort of thing. I can't see it going any other way because that's why you go back to the well and get what's his name on.
George G3, like Fast and the
I mean,
Furious.
they gotta stop. Get out of here. They've evolved the whole way. They get to their bad movie, and
I agree with the Fast and Furious part, though.
Yeah,
Too many of them. Sick of them.
After the second one, I haven't watched anything after. I think Tokyo.
Well, then you're not allowed to judge, sir.
I can judge.
We did watch part 5 or 6.
We watched part 5.
I wasn't there for it.
James,
You weren't?
There is no way you can say they're all the same. They went from stealing DVD players to Dukes of Hazzard between 1 and 2. Those aren't even the same. And the third one's called Tokyo Drift. How is that the same? And I promise you, those are the most similar of the bunch.
Then they go into space.
When they get into fighting the FBI to take down Mexican drug cartels, then they get into having to steal from Brazilian billionaires who wronged them somehow or whatever. I'm not 100% on the plot.
And The Rock comes and hunts them.
And Rock has to come to arrest them because they're international thieves or whatever. And because it was DVD player. All right. Anyway, so then you got to go. Jesus Christ. I can't do this again. It's not the same. It's not the same anytime.
They're all awful. It doesn't matter. They're all awful.
They're all crap.
Holy. Watch those movies.
He was ready to go on a rant too, but he's too high for it.
I had to give up. I was like,
oh man, like, how do you stick back? How you stick Mick from these crazy rants? Huh? Quick, give him a gummy.
I got to 5 and realized, oh man, I still have like 6 more to go.
Yeah.
And then end the spinoff. I was like,
that's the worst feeling in the world. Fucking
they
Vin
have
Diesel.
Chris's favorite actor in there, Vin Diesel.
No.
The only movies he can be in are ones he directs or writes. Because nobody else will hire him.
That's true.
He's not a fan. He's not a fan. But you know what I think we are a fan of is A New Hope.
New Hope, yes.
Which...
New hope in my pants.
This
The Great White Hope.
The Great White
Hope. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I can see the dildos flying off the shelves now.
Hashtag anal meth.
Not me. If you made a dildo of mine, it's going to have to be called the mealworm.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, we're talking about dildos again. How did we get here?
I don't
You gotta measure it on the metric system.
I looked at Chris's face and immediately I thought dildo.
There you go.
Like
I get that a lot.
Earlier. Dildos flying
Not that
off the
face, not that face up there. There's
But you're away
a bearded
face.
one that I'm talking about.
Hold on. You mean this guy?
That one. The one.
That's the one that had to go on the dildo heads.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the first one to make a dildo. It's like that toy where you had those little like frogs you throw in the water and they grow. You know those little toys that they grow in the
I know
water?
what you're talking about, yeah.
What about fucking shrinkadinks? Put them in the oven.
You just throw,
Oh my God, you remember those?
just throw a little dildo in there, it gets bigger. You can watch it grow.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh
No, listen, guys,
What
we have
about
to get back to the dildo. We're not,
Two words. Dildo chia pet.
There you go. You can shave it or have the hair.
Okay, wait. Dildo that becomes a chia pet. That's also a chia pet.
Oh, what the fuck?
Like it's a period chia pet.
Oh, jeez.
The leaves are for absorption? Is that what you're saying?
Oh my God.
I don't know. We're 4 guys talking about periods now, and I don't know.
No.
And Sturdy started it for
This
some reason.
really went wild.
I don't know why Sturdy had to throw periods out there.
I don't know.
I
This
knew
one.
that this time.
I mean, you're wearing the
Popcorn and pints, not popcorn and pints
You're-
and blood.
covered in red.
This is covered in love because Valentine's Day is Wednesday. Don't forget.
Oh shit, that's right. I didn't even order flowers. I'm gonna order flowers right now.
This really went
For me?
sideways.
No,
Or for
my
James.
wife.
I'll be in Vermont.
Dude, where you going?
We're gonna go get a hotel, and we signed
Wherever
up.
wherever there's a glory hole, you'll find James.
That's after what our plans, our normal plans.
After the wife goes to bed.
Yeah, after that's nighttime activity.
Right.
Um,
Okay, James, now you can go on your dates.
Yeah, but
like a week getaway.
we there's King Arthur, the one that makes the flour and stuff. They have a school and everything. We signed up for one of the cooking classes.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Mhm.
Nice. I like it. I'm gonna order flowers right now.
Yeah, we're gonna go out to we made reservations like a few days ago for a restaurant out there. Make sure we have a seat.
Nice.
I got her her other gift. She's doing coloring, like she does those mandala coloring things.
I don't
And
know
she's
what that
like-
means, but
They're like
Nelson Mandela?
no mandala, not Mandela, mandala. Sorry,
Okay.
mandala.
I didn't know Nelson
And they're
Mandela
like-
had a coloring book.
No, they're fucking weird.
I mean, it is Black History Month.
what'd you say? So Nasa Masa, what?
No,
Mandela.
he said Nelson Mandela. You not know
No,
who
you.
Nelson Mandela is?
No. What are these doll things your wife paints? That's what I'm trying to ask you, so I can Google it.
Mandala. MANDALA.
We have a Nelson Mandela Black History Month coloring book he just bought for his wife for Valentine's Day.
So like it helps like calm her down. So it's like
Oh,
those
it's like a circle
pictures.
type of thing.
Yeah, like spirograph shit, but like nicer.
Gotcha.
This is not Star Wars related in the least.
Sometimes it is. You never know. They have Mandela Star Wars
I
shit.
mean,
I'm
this is
sure.
closer to Star Wars than dildos are, at least because of the shapes and shit. Could you remind you of maybe the windows of the Millennium
dildo
Falcon?
lightsaber.
Dildo lightsaber.
It just makes the sounds.
It goes.
What if she? Yeah, but what,
Yeah,
what if she uses the red one? Right? The red one. She starts breathing like Darth Vader.
No, it's a dildo. It just has all the Star Wars sound effects in it.
Yeah.
I am your. What the fuck?
You're walking by the bedroom with a closed door, and you hear Darth Vader.
Oh, there she goes again.
You gotta have Chewbacca in there.
Yeah.
Oh my
What?
Oh my god! I wonder what dildo would sell more, the Wookiee dildo or Chris's dildo.
I gotta say, probably the Wookiee.
I don't know.
What the because if the noise is making the
I
vibration,
didn't think about sound effects. Yeah,
So you'd say they would do it all for the Wookiee?
yeah.
For the Wookiee.
I didn't think about sound effects. I don't really have a.
There you go. That's a slogan for it too.
I don't have a catchphrase.
No, it was a callback to Limp Bizkit earlier.
I didn't know. I got it.
What's up, Will?
How you doing, Wise?
was good, Wise.
Good.
Appreciate you pop. You popped in at a weird time, man. I'm sorry.
Dildos and Wookiees, man.
Dildos and Wookiees.
This is what happens when
You're hoping your girl
If
don't.
you got your
Chewbacca.
Wookiee, you're gonna be Han Solo.
Boom. That's why.
There's gonna be a lot of soloing if she has that Wookiee dildo.
That's true.
We're the Wookiee Bush.
Wookiee boy.
Oh wow!
You're gonna get a lightsaber to get that shit. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Talk about laser. Laser that shit off with his lightsaber.
We're not even talking about the movie anymore.
We're getting.
We didn't even start about the movie yet.
All right, A New Hope.
There, so, you know, let's
New
wait.
Let's
Hope.
dive into the ratings first, and then dive into the movie.
Oh,
Fuck. It's too hard for me. I'm going to give this one an 8 also.
Too hard for him.
Yeah,
that's not what his wife said.
just like dildos. They're hard.
I'm gonna go 9.
There you go.
9.
I'm the only one. Not gonna lie to you guys. 10.
10, huh?
Yeah.
These three coming up for the Star Wars are just.
No. I don't. No, I can.
But go ahead.
I have no issues with your 10.
I know.
Star Wars is weird for me in the sense that I didn't watch. So when did this come out? In this late 70s? A New Hope?
77, I believe.
I basically refused to watch this for the longest time just because the fan base pissed me off. Everyone that like the obsessive fan, you know how you meet obsessive fans of something and it really can turn you off.
Mm-hmm.
The overly aggressive, obsessive,
to
fucking...
wanting to have anything to do with it. That's the way I felt about Star Wars for a long time. So I don't think I watched New Hope. I mean, I was born in '83. There's no way I watched this before I was 18, at least.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. I was at least 18. I was like high teens.
Really?
If I wasn't in my 20s, because I'm
I watched
fucking
this young.
I'm
watched
fucking
it very young.
yeah. I just refuse to watch it. I'm like, all the insane fan base pisses me off. I don't want to. It turned me off to wanting to watch it. I'm 40 now, and I've seen this. I don't know how many times I've seen A New Hope, but every time I've watched it, it's been at least far enough apart that I'm like, I appreciate this more now. And with each watch, I'm like, I understand why this is better each time I watch it, because this is a really great fucking movie.
It is.
Yeah,
it really is. And before I forget, I just want to say this. So you see where our logo is, popcorn and pints, and the way it's lined up with Chris's door and the lights. It kind of looks like they're kind of connected and just like going out, but lit up on the other side too. I had to point that out. But I agree with everything Chris just said about this movie. And for this, I seen it young too. Like you were just saying, Mick. Like I seen this. I remember I used to watch. Actually, I told this story yesterday on TikTok when me and Mick went live on TikTok yesterday. How I watched this the first time I've seen these. Actually, I think it's the only time I've ever seen these movies, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I seen them later on the road in life on TV. Was with my a good friend, next door neighbor I grew up with. Which I'm not gonna say where we grew up. I'm not gonna say the names and all that. But and he had them on VHS. He had the trilogy and watched. I can't tell you how many times we've watched them, but I haven't seen them since then. So like going back and watching this, it just brought back like just that, like watching that with a good friend of mine and shot. Out in Cali now, but and it was like, holy shit, I really haven't. I was like, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think I've seen this since childhood, and this shit fucking holds up. Like, I love this fucking shit. This is the best Star Wars shit I've seen out of all the Star Wars we've watched. Just everything, and I know the visuals don't look as great as maybe as you would say, but I just enjoy them better than I do with a lot of the shit we've seen before, or that came after, but the prequels.
Mick, you might be able to answer this question. Why did they start with A New Hope in this series, 4, 5, and 6, before they did Phantom Menace, and actually start from
that's a great
the beginning?
So, they essentially he had ideas, but this wasn't supposed to be a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
So really what it was is like he had ideas for like prequels and idea from what I understand.
Because these are all based on books, right?
No.
Oh, no.
This is all George Lucas's head.
All right, I thought that. Okay, I thought they were books first for some reason.
No. Yeah, so that's why this movie feels so contained and has that ending. So like he, I think Lucas was just smart enough to like foresee like where movies like this could go, and when he made this movie, I just think he had an idea for things to happen beforehand, and if he ever got to it, and then they made the sequels, they wanted more of these characters, so of course he wrote those out, made the trilogy, and the rest is history. It kind of manifest. Honestly, it's kind of like he manifested his own destiny on it. Holy shit, I'm sorry I said manifest destiny on your podcast.
None of us care.
Carpe diem.
We were just talking about freaking dildos and Chewbacca.
Jesus Christ.
Don't forget anal meth.
That's true. That too. I think we started with anal meth.
We have a wide array today.
Still says anal meth.
I think we kicked the episode off with that. I don't know how we got there, but we found a way.
This movie will remind every time I watch this. I've only seen the movie itself less than 5 times, all the way through. But each time I've watched it, I've been older and I've appreciated it more. The line, "I find your lack of faith disturbing," I'm going to start using that more every time. Like, I purposely want to make a point to start using that, like at work and stuff, when somebody doesn't agree with me.
Oh my god! You gotta just remember this. You gotta remember to say it though. That's the thing.
There was a while where I was responding to nothing but 80s song titles. People seem to enjoy that. But
That's awesome.
I love that.
That's fucking awesome.
I want to start using "I find your lack of faith disturbing" when I suggest something now at work.
Just anywhere.
It's funny if you run out thinking you're going to force choke them.
Just if they start disagreeing with me, I just start going like this in a meeting.
My favorite was somebody that made a video. It was either a video or they made a meme or something. It was just like, or like a video mocking it. And it was just really funny, but just like, dude, Vader just flips during a work meeting and starts choking a dude out. That's really what happened. Oh, Peter Anthony's here. What's up, man?
Was good, Peter. Was good, man.
But yeah, he just flips out in the middle of a meeting and just starts choking a dude out because he disagrees with him.
He's somebody else who, like, if you made a dildo out of somebody's head, he has the perfect shaped head for a dildo. Peter Anthony, that big goofy smile too, and he knows.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Darth Vader. I was like, the helmet does kind of look like a
no,
Darth Vader too. Darth Vader dick helmets.
Yeah,
Darth Vader condoms.
I think it's safe to say Darth Vader was circumcised.
Wow.
Well,
wow.
If they didn't cut it off, they burnt it off.
Yeah.
And that's a new hope. Right now. What the fuck?
Right. I forgot. I was gonna say something else before that, and I don't even remember what it was.
Go ahead and refer to your notes, Chris.
I got the box from the for the fucking dildo down. It's gonna be Chris holding a pickle, and it's gonna be like.
He didn't even get to where he was going.
Apparently, I'm holding a pickle.
So it's gonna be Chris's face at the end of a long-looking dildo, pickle dildo. That face right there. And on the box is gonna be that face right there, cartoonized, holding the pickle, and we're gonna call it a crisp dildo.
Crisp dildo.
Nice.
It's gonna have the Chia Pet action for the beard.
And on the box, we're gonna have dildos and
dildos and dildon'ts.
Don't put in the microwave.
Machine hand wash. Don't machine wash.
Yeah, don't put it in the dishwasher.
Don't leave in back door overnight. Oh my god.
Do not microwave.
Oh my god. Do not mistake for a lightsaber.
No, that would be funny.
Don't fall asleep while it's inserted.
Don't do that either.
Buy our optional Chia Pet version / tampon.
Wow. Wow.
Smaller and it vibrates. But
oh, Jesus.
The advanced model is me making the lightsaber sounds to go along with it.
Yeah, no, it's literally just at the top. It's like wired into Alexa and it goes whoosh. Whoosh.
It's me. It's my half-ass attempt to make the sound of a lightsaber.
Drunk at that.
And then at one point, you just go whoosh. Whoosh. Wait, that's not it.
Oh, fuck it, it's good enough. I got the check.
It makes it so distracting during the whole process.
This is legitimately bringing tears to my eye.
Holy shit. Molded head first elephant dildos.
Oh, man.
We got to get off the dildos, guys. We have to get off the dildo talk. Oh, man. All right. I'm trying to collect myself.
By the way, I don't know if it dawned on me before I watched this movie this time or not. Who the fuck is Luke's aunt and uncle that he's staying with?
Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
How are they involved? I missed the end of.
You did not miss that one. It was you clear. Oh, Chris.
Who are these people?
Gotta stop making those dildos late at night. All right, the proxies is hidden messing with
The
you.
epoxy is messing with my.
So
His memory.
so Anakin's mom, the guy she married on Tatooine, right?
Okay.
That was his
Yeah,
son.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And his
Oh.
wife. And then when at the end when they deliver the babies and Obi-Wan takes them, he's dropping them off to that same son and his wife.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Which so we were talking about this. Actually, no, me and Mick were talking about this again the other day. I was going to talk about it more. I think yesterday on TikTok, but how with was it Obi? It was with Obi-Wan, like that whole
Old Ben.
Old Ben, yeah,
Old
whatever.
Ben.
But just like that whole story just didn't make it didn't even need to happen. The prequel, I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the girl? Where's this? Where's no recollection of nothing? I was just like, oh man, that's just some bitch.
Dude, and one of my favorite things in this movie, I think by far, is just, and probably throughout what'll be throughout the series, is just the banter between C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm like, even
Nope.
when it's come to people complaining about how bad prequels or sequels are, everyone loves the fucking side, like C-3PO and R2-D2, whatever they're in, like whatever their fucking banter is, just it's always great.
Their
Yeah.
little side quests that they're always on.
yeah.
And you don't have to understand them or anything.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's just there and it's wonderful and I fucking love them.
No, because you really only need to understand one, and that's C-3PO, where he's responding or saying, hey, R2, that's messed up saying that, blah 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 blah. Oh, I can't repeat that, R2, and you're just laughing. It's fucking funny.
Yeah, because R2 is fucking awesome. You got to remember, R2 is a mechanic that got thrown into the fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like he's just now like, oh, I guess I'm just with these like people now. Like that's just my life.
Fucking saving the day.
It kind of feels like, because all the other robots like R2 don't act like him. It feels like he has like a human personality.
Hey, you know what vibes I get from? Well, I guess you could say more so. I guess it'd be the other way around, but from Short Circuit. As far as like kind of having
Johnny,
no, not the way he acts. I mean, doing his own thing. That's the only thing I mean by
that's
that.
a robot. This is a droid. He knows. He's aware.
Droids are different.
But the other ones, but from what James was saying, the other droids don't act like that. That are
but they
R4s and all that.
It's weird because they did such a good job giving R2-D2 basically a personality when he legitimately just makes noises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave him a personality
has to do.
based on how everyone around him acts when he made to his noises and just his movements. And it's really well done.
It really
is.
Like,
for example, you don't have to give him commands. Like the other movie where they're on the conveyor belt about to fall in the lava thing. He just rolls up in the machine itself and shuts it off.
Yeah.
I'm like, he wasn't ordered to do that. Like,
what's funny is like,
because he doesn't need to be ordered. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My apologies.
Nope, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, androids don't need. It's like data from. Oh, you're not there. It's like data from
Next Generation.
C-3PO doesn't need to be ordered. He takes orders. Because he's he's still like feels like it's inferior in a way. But they know everything that's going on. They're self-aware, everything, so they know what they are. You're gonna have conversations with them. Not like talking to the AI of today.
I get the sense R2-D2 wheels himself around, getting all these people out of trouble, and I feel like I can hear him thinking, "What the fuck would you guys do without me?"
He's the hero of this whole franchise. I'm telling you right now.
I'm like, he just comes, shit's going bad. He comes up, puts his connector into a wall, does some twirly things. Like, you fucking assholes! Like, what did you do?
This is all you had to do.
Why am I always? I can feel like I feel him thinking, why do I'm always fixing your messes.
At the end of this, R2-D2 would have statues. He'll have 1 million medals. He'll have a throne.
He would get a lot of robot pussy too.
I both agree and disagree with these assessments. My agreement with James is he is the hero of the whole thing. But my disagreement comes with I think where C-3PO's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Like, this seems dangerous. I think R2-D2 is in.
Oh yeah,
he's all for it. Yeah,
he's all in.
But
he gets the top of his head blown off and everything. He's like, I don't care. Let's roll.
I was like, you can suggest anything to R2-D2, and I can feel like in his robotic tones, they mean, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah,
ride or die.
Listen, I got a mission, man. He's like, all right, what is it? Like, he's more hyped than you are. You're like, mission.
I got an idea. It's a little crazy. This is anybody suggesting anything to R2-D2. I got an idea. It's a little out there. And R2-D2 being like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yep.
Even like in that first introduction of R2 when he's the astromech on Amidala's craft, and all of the droids come out to try and fix it. He fights. He's like, nah, no problem here. And even like with like the little buzzy things in Revenge of the Sith that come onto the plane or like messing with it, he goes out and he fights them. He doesn't care. Like, I think
he's a little badass.
I think he's a psychopath.
You got something wrong. It's just a little short circuit.
But I mean, you look where he was around. Be just like a kid being around all that craziness his whole damn android life, and he's like, fuck.
You know what's weird about one of the weird things about watching this and knowing that Luke and Leia are related is just anytime they show any kind of
flirting.
Yeah.
It's
weird seeing that after the big twist.
But it didn't happen yet, so you got to just.
Well, I mean, so they're running from. They're in the Death Star. They're running from all the army there, and she gives him a kiss for luck before he swings them across the non-bridge there because they need to get to the other side. Yeah, and he's he wants it. I'm like,
he's also flirting with fucking Solo too, though.
Yeah,
I mean, but
they banged in real life.
She got loose lips.
Hey, she's the one looking for the Star Wars dildo.
No, guys.
R.I.P. Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher is the fucking greatest.
She is awesome.
She is awesome.
She has loose lips because she's fucking honest. She didn't let people get away with shit. Man. One of the best script doctors in the business. She fixed so many fucking scripts back in the 90s, 2000s, even in the 80s a little bit. But like, go back and look at her resume of writing. Very, she really, like, she was just a great woman.
It was. Even on an episode of 30 Rock.
Yep. Oh my God. Tell me that wasn't one of the funniest. Do you still do Blow?
That was a great one.
Oh, shit.
No, Blow in the writer's room. You still do Blow in the writer's room?
Dude, there's no question. My favorite line in this movie, though, when they are going to shoot down the Death Star and they keep sending team after team through the pathway there to get to the one tiny hole that they have to shoot the missiles in. And when Luke's leading the team, someone's like, at that speed, will you be able to pull out in time?
Pulls out.
I fucking paused it. I laughed. I had to stop the movie so I could laugh.
Oh man!
You know what's weird? Part of me feels like that scene was longer. Like back in the day when I watched it, some reason I thought the scene was longer.
Not at that speed.
I thought he goes into the hole and you see him flying through the Death Star for a while.
That's what we all call it.
Like getting to a certain spot.
I do like the retcon that little port was there because her father put it there, so it could be destroyed. So, like, I'm glad they did that because, it does. In the original, it's kind of like, well, that's convenient.
But yeah, once you see that, and that is one thing I think it made me like this movie more, even though it didn't really make me like the previous one. Some of them, of course, but
no, it made Rogue One a lot better.
Yeah,
knowing that's the story of why that was there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like it definitely ties in those things, which I think is all. I think it's awesome. I love how they did that. It's just like, why couldn't they do that with certain other things? Which I don't even want to fucking talk about.
You know what's funny though to me? I like that. You know the ships they're fighting at each other, the beams, the laser beams, and everything. The ships flying, the CGI, whatever the hell they're using at the time.
Mhm.
But for when they explode something, it just goes. It turns into glitter. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I was like, you can do better explosion than that. You can have that thing like going up levels, like going boom, 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 pieces breaking off or something. They just go, nah, we're just gonna go boom. It's like a balloon that explodes into a whole bunch of glitter.
Sounds expensive. What you were asking for, James?
Hey, well, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
But nah,
It just made me laugh when I see it. I laughed. I was like, oh shit, that's the explosion. I'm like, god damn. But it's still great. It's still great though.
Yeah, it is. It is. It brings back the memories, the nostalgia for me because, like I said, I've seen it as a kid quite a few times.
And they make
And
Darth Vader survive because Darth Vader is like hardcore. He's like, you know what? I'm getting in one of these planes. I'll get these motherfuckers. He goes out, going out there to fight. You know, he don't stay in the ship. He took charge, but because he did that though, he gets away. After the Death Star explodes, he's just floating in space.
He's floating.
So that's it. So that sets it up for alive.
He's just floating in space.
He is.
Just floating around.
He's just out there.
He's just spinning. Just out there.
He comes back. Don't worry.
All lubed up.
No, I know.
All lubed. I don't think he's lubed up. Talking about Darth Vader.
His helmet's waxed. He's ready.
See, I never seen all the Star Wars like after the trilogy and everything.
Me,
like,
I've only seen.
Then they make comics like Darth Vader. I thought he is like always like he's like Cobra Commander. I thought he was always around.
Cobra Commander.
I didn't know like he dies. Then I'm like, who takes over? Who's the main villain of Star Wars? Then if it could, if it keeps going. I always thought Darth Vader is the main villain of Star Wars. Always.
Yeah. Same here, honestly. But they made a bunch of
you
more
got
shit.
these like higher. You got these higher Siths.
Emperor Palpatine. That's
no. I think there's even higher than that. Isn't it higher than Palpatine?
You'd have to ask Mick. I have no idea. I'm gonna say maybe.
He is not. Wait, the Grand Moff Tarkin? No, Emperor. He's the Emperor. Okay, he's not a chancellor.
No, he's the highest of the highest of the Sith. Like it's in charge of everything.
Okay, so yeah, he's the Emperor.
Okay.
It's everything is him. He has absolute power. And then he has two that have equal power, which is Darth Vader, which is his apprentice, in the Force, but running the actual whole intricate military that he put together is Grand Moff Tarkin. They are equal. So, like, Vader can't do something that Grand Moff Tarkin doesn't want done, and vice versa. Like, it's that's why there's so much he's able to like tell Vader to knock it off, and Vader stops. Yeah. So other than that, like, and then it's everybody else down. But yeah, he's a Emperor. That's it. He's the guy.
Oh shit. That's interesting.
Now, because he's the Emperor, but he's the most powerful too, right? Like the Force, like the Dark Force, dark side, Or is he just because of political power?
Well, here's the thing. So there's a lot of history, and there's a lot of history that existed that was taken away, and now we have more, and it's everything. But he's not the most powerful Sith ever. He's one of the most cunning, smartest, and he was able to build himself absolute power with the powers he has. And he is powerful, but he is definitely not the most powerful Sith of all time. But like, then you have to go into the comics, you have to go into the books, just the general lore and stuff. So I mean, it depends, and most of I would argue that maybe Obi-Wan is the most powerful Jedi. Because that dude smoked everybody. He smoked everybody, and he died, and he chose to die. So so something like that. So like, you can make those comparisons and argue, but like, there's a lot of rich history you got to go back and look into. But no, Palpatine is not the most powerful Sith.
Can Darth Vader take him, or is he more powerful than Vader?
Darth Vader is one of the most powerful Sith, absolutely, but he's so reined in, he's controlled. You know, he's
Gotcha.
Frankenstein's monster on a leash. Like,
Gotcha. Okay.
So him unleashed would be wild, crazy, violent. Probably, you'd probably have to destroy him. I mean, you do anyway, but you'd probably really have to destroy him like ASAP.
like, yeah, they tried to play it off like Kylo Ren was even stronger, but no, like Darth Vader is the guy. And honestly, I even argue, and you can go check out the shirt on snobsmerch.com. Be like Leia. Look at all the shit Leia had to put up with. Her homeworld was blown up with her entire family and all her people of Alderaan. She knows that her parents are both gone, and dead, like her actual parents. She's been tortured by her father, all this different stuff, all this bad stuff that happened to her. She never once wavered and went to the dark side.
That's true.
That's true. She was pure, 100% pure.
Even Luke has to be, and you'll see as it goes on and everything. She never once wavered. She always stuck to the good side.
That's true.
And ran.
So that's what my dildos do.
He got back to him.
Releases all that stress.
Dude, I feel like he's already had these in production for like 3 months.
And you're just waiting for this
Listen,
moment.
I'm looking to make a business investment. This could be the one.
That's it, man. This is it.
He has them all in the basement right now in boxes.
The crisp dildo, but it's spelled CHRI.
CHRISP.
Yeah.
Crisp dildo.
VILL. Yep.
Oh, and Vader did the weak choke on that one guy who talks shit. And that's another thing, how powerful Vader is. Who the fuck are these people talking shit, talking back? Vader was like, what? He was like, I don't believe in no magician or something. Vader looked at him. He was like, what? He didn't do the full choke. He just did the 3 fingers. He was like, what, motherfucker? He was like, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
the biggest suspensive disbelief you need to have in this is they act like I don't believe in all that magic. And it's like, you were alive. The Jedi Republic was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, no.
And they were all massacred. Like, what do you mean you don't know what a Jedi is? The only thing I can let it get away with a little bit is even when they're kind of moving around, everybody's just kind of like surprised to see a Jedi. Like almost like they hear about them, not see them, but like you still knew they existed.
Yeah.
But they have one basically walking near him because basically Vader was a Jedi before the Sith. He has the power, so fucking idiot. I don't know, but yeah, he talked a lot of shit because he's like Lord Vader. The dude's talking back. He's just sitting there at the table like a nobody, just sitting there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say shit. I'd be like, all right, man, I can't do nothing over here choking me from across the goddamn room. That's some bullshit. They were trying to talk shit.
That's the most pathetic shit. What are you gonna say after, man?
Someone needs a crisp dill.
They didn't even have to touch me. Motherfucker choked me from across the room.
Yeah.
Hashtag crisp dill.
What if you get hard from it? Then what? Yeah, choke me harder.
The guy just sitting there start jerking it. But Vader's choking him.
Oh, what's it called when you're trying to jerk off while strangling yourself?
I forgot.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
That's how his name died.
Yeah, that's what we say about everybody.
Wow, here we go back to this
autoerotic. I knew you were gonna do that.
You didn't even let him get it out.
I believe if you advertise a website, you have to start it. That's the law. Pretty sure.
I am not doing it. It's all right, fine. It's going to be your Patreon website.
It's crispydill.com. Get a little theme song.
Hashtag PDill.
PDill. What the fuck? Listen, guys, we had a great time with this. Catch us next week for week 7.
Yeah, this really went sideways in a lot of parts.
We got a little crazy with this, and before we get crazier, we're all getting a little tired and all that good stuff. We're gonna go night. Make sure you go check out the Scene Snobs. He has an amazing podcast, some dope content over there. Make sure you check out Stories from a Bar. There's some dope past content out there. I'm sure there's gonna be some stuff coming in the future at some point.
Your guess is as good as mine.
With Sir Sturdy and Popcorn and Pints. Of course, check out Popcorn and Pints. Hit that YouTube like, hit that share, hit that follow, hit that subscribe, hit that bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. And we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for popping by. Peace. Don't pee on yourself. Pee on each other.